Well, hi guys, and welcome back. So again, I'm using this weekly planner made by Hemlock and Oak. I absolutely love it. The goals and habit areas are perfect for setting yourself up for the months. As you can see, like we really haven't done anything in March. March kind of was a bust. Yeah, just too many things. I don't know if it's the switchover of the seasons or what actually occurs in March, but it just is never my best of months. So, we haven't done the March review or like anything for April yet, just because we still got these 2 days here. And I always like to make sure that these 2 days are completed. Then that way you get like a full picture of the actual month. So, I don't know what it is, but I'm drawn to the sticker book today. It's not really a sticker book that I use. As you can tell, there's still a ton in it. And like I know we're going into April and I want to try like different colors in that, but guys, I'm still kind of drawn to the green. So I don't really know what that's meaning here, but I do want to throw in like some splashes of purple just because purple is my color for April. And yeah, so again, my budgeting videos, they're not really typical. Um I've seen a lot of the budgeting videos where, it's functionality, and only functionality. Basically just the numbers, you got this, you got that, and, I don't know, guys. To me, like, budgeting is something that's, personal. Um, it's different for everybody, unless you have the exact bills, the exact income, the exact lifestyle. The budgeting, that the typical videos aren't really gonna do nothing for you. They also tend to show like perfection. So they might make you depressed at the end. So yeah, no, what I like to do with mine is I throw in some creativity. I try to share with you the importance on reflecting and journaling and thinking about what you're doing with your money. Just because, the whole budgeting thing, it can be scary. Definitely if you're someone who believes like you're not good with money, that, you have bad luck with money, that, it's just, I don't know, guys, you gotta get comfortable with it. And there's always going to be mistakes. Things are going to happen. Emergencies are going to happen. It's just the fact of life. So the trick is trying to get yourself prepared, so that you could be ready for those challenges. That's what I've been trying to prove and demonstrate in these videos here. Again, like I do share the whole, uh, decoration and creation process here, guys. I'm just trying to find something to talk about while we get this page set up here. This is taking a little bit longer than what I planned for. We have like a lot of distractions going on in the background. I don't know if you can tell, like I'm cutting in and out a lot of phone calls. Just got done with a lot of doctor's exams and stuff, so we have to keep answering the phone for them. Again, I'm sure that you all have had days like these, okay? I do want to use these, just not in this layout, because I feel like there's a lot going on this week in the transactions. Um, Another thing that I do differently, especially this year, is um, I plan after the fact. So we are post planning. I keep track of all of the transactions in that in the YNAB app throughout the week. Another thing I do is I try to do daily discussions with Dave. Dave is my GPT. And that's what we were doing for the first quarter, is we were trying to track and see if there was any behavioral or emotional issues involved with my spending. Um, I was actually like very delighted to see that, like, I do have emotional spending tendencies, but for the most part I've been able to break a lot of those habits. The pause and reflect little exercise thing that he had me doing, that was pretty helpful. But what we've noticed is I don't actually get the dopamine rush from buying. I get the dopamine rush from creating a cart. Again, if you're somebody who does this, like leave it in the comments down below. But like you will spend an hour just browsing the store, building up a cart of items, and when it does come time to buy it, you don't buy it. You just go, meh, and then you shut the app down. It's like a creation of identity is how it was explained. Like you're just literally playing with your mind about like um just different concepts of what you could do or what what would happen if you did actually buy that item. You don't actually need the item. So I don't know, like maybe that's like a creator crafter type person, maybe we're a little bit more imaginary. Don't actually need to buy this stuff, we just pretend that we bought it. So yeah, that was basically quarter one for me. And with April starting, um it's definitely time to get back onto this whole paying off the debt stuff. And I in one way I feel like I wasted 3 months by not being as aggressive as I normally would be, but at the same time it was kind of a nice break, just to sit and try to understand and reflect and analyze like all of my behavior patterns. So I don't know, maybe it's for the best. And we did get some accounts paid off. Um I can't really remember which one it was, but there was one at the very beginning, the PayPal buyer credit. I accidentally paid it off. Um it it I don't know, like I was using it for I believe like my car insurance or something, and I was like, "Damn, I thought I paid that." And I did. But the remaining balance on it was what I was supposed to make for an extra payment. So I accidentally paid it off. So yeah, that was cool. So I mean, the system looks boring thus far, but it did have its perks early on. Okay, so another thing that you may be noticing is I couldn't find any colorful boxes that I liked that would pair with this like super dark green and these floral stickers here. So I'm just taking this like thin washi and I'm just kind of like building outlines. Again, I do journal and reflect in my budget planner, so that's what these are going to be. Is these are the little reflection areas, just discussing what happened during the week, anything stressful, anything work related, how I feel about the bills, how I feel about my savings, if I've noticed that I was in any type of moods lately, things like that. So we're just building little reflection areas, and then that way it doesn't run in with the logging, the actual budgeting part. So yeah, again, if this is your first video of mine that you're watching, it's definitely a lot different. I've tried those monthly things, where you make like the monthly budget and that, and it's like, what are you gonna do for rent? What are you gonna do for utilities? What are you gonna do for food? Okay, yeah, in today's day and age, and with the economy and with how prices change and everything, I have no idea, guys, okay? I can tell you that I'm gonna spend 100 in gas, and you never know. Maybe I had to make more trips this month, so it's a 150, or maybe I didn't make as many trips because I got sick and I got to stay home from work, or there were snow days and it was only 50. Um, like I know that they're supposed to be like rough estimates, but mine are so far off that it just it never works. And then I don't know, like I'm somebody where this stuff does kind of have to work. Hence why I've started using YNAB, because you could literally adjust at that moment. If you're like, oh yeah, I was only going to do 50 for gas, but need another tank, you could instantly adjust to it, move 50 bucks over to it, and bam, now you're doing 100. And hey, you had 100 to cover it, and everything's good. So, yeah, the whole like monthly budget sheets, they don't work for me. I've tried several times, and all it does is just demotivate me. So, YNAB is where it's at. And I do have a link in the description down below. I'm pretty sure I bring it out later on in this video because I do use it to, make sure that the transactions and everything, I'm trying to think, guys. I'm sorry if you hear the phone in the background. Um, that they match up. I don't want to miss anything here. So, this is us actually doing the budgeting part here. And what I do is I separate the spend in the bills. Again, it just makes it a lot easier to visually see if it was a heavy spend week versus a heavy bill week. Um, it's also easier whenever you're like calculating totals up because it's like, okay, how much did I spend this week? And then you could just, math it out. Um, feel like there's one more reason why I do this, and I'm like drawing a blank. oh, oh yeah, because if you ever need to like go back and check a transaction, like how much did I actually spend, on my heating bill last month, you don't have to look at every transaction. You can just go back through, scan the bills, and bam, there it is. It's, I don't know, like you're skipping like two-thirds of the content. And I mean, I'm including like the reflection area. So you don't have to search through the spend, you don't have to search through the reflection, you just go through the bill columns, and I mean, we generally know when the bills come out. So, yeah. So, I don't know. This is the system that seems to work the best for me. When I was using the daily planners, which are also amazing, I do highly recommend checking those out. Um, I do have like a lot of flip through and of course budgeting videos with them. So those would have been like 2, 3 years ago on my channel. But yeah, if you're looking for a daily planner, I highly recommend Hemlock and Oak. Again, their planners are superior quality, guys. This is my forever budget planner. And yeah, we switched over to the weekly last year. We were doing really good. First part of the year, excellent. Even the second quarter, we were still kicking butt. And then summer just like really drains me. I get lost during the summer. And yeah, by the time we made it back to fall, it was just like freestyle. So that's the whole reason for like the complete switch up of what we were doing this year, because it's like, okay, we've had enough of this. How do we get back on track here and stay on track? So let's see here. As you can see, we got a lot of transactions, guys. Like I said, there was a lot going on this week. Definitely a very heavy bill week. Um, but then again, like we were closing out March and we're moving into April, and I do try to get as many of the month bills paid around the first and the second, and then that way I don't gotta think about it. Oh my god, my phone is just going wild. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, so we got all those done. And okay, so I also try to color code these. Of course, you got to bring in the markers, guys. So, okay, so yeah, here we go. Here's the YNAB app that I was telling you about. So let's just make sure that all the transactions are on here. And yes, I do listen to High Frequency Guru when I'm filming. Her manifestation videos are just super calming, guys. I love them. My mood has like greatly improved since I've started listening to these things. I know it may sound corny, but hey, if you notice that you have like, I don't know, like those anxious thoughts, like whenever you got like those thoughts in the back of your mind and they just don't stop. Throw in a pair of earbuds and start playing some of these. They're freaking fantastic. And if you need me to list that channel, leave it in the comments down below, and I will leave a tag because I don't think it's in the description. So here's the markers I was telling you about, and we're just trying to find some like fun springy pastel type colors here, but then again we got to get them to match these dark, moody florals. So yeah, leaving March and going into April with a dark mood. Yeah, that's really how I feel about the month of March right now. Uh, just I don't know. I thought I would make more progress in it, but I didn't. Just a lot of emotional chaos and just things not going the way that I wanted them to, hashtag life. And then we got sick. So yeah. Another thing that I do is you're seeing me highlighting these minus signs. That means those transactions are on a credit card. Even though I'm paying down debt, I do still use a card for most of my transactions. It's not because I don't have the money. I have the money in the bank. I do cover it. That's what the highlighting's for, is to remind me, like, hey, that's on a card. You need to pay it off. And then I just draw like a dash through it once it's paid. The whole reason being is uh, my bank doesn't give great rewards. So if I'm going to be spending the money, I want to at least get like some type of cash back. So yeah, all the bills, all the groceries, all the gas, that type of stuff, they go onto the card and we highlight it and then we pay it at the end of the week. And then that way we don't accrue more debt, right? Because, you don't want to accrue more debt as you're paying off debt. It just kind of defeats the purpose. Speaking from somebody who did that for many years. Where it's like, oh yeah, I paid $2,000 off on this card. Meanwhile, you're racking up 4,000 on another card, like it just, it doesn't work. And that's really how we got here. So, yeah. Okay, so let's see here. Just trying to uh get this thing situated here. I feel like we're getting close to the reflection area. Just trying to use as many of these little stickers here. Again, I like the pages to be bright and colorful and fun to look at because I don't find budgeting fun, guys. I don't. I still don't. After all these years, I hate it. I dread it. Okay, I'm gonna do that later once we get all these numbers and stuff on here. Okay, so yeah, there we go. See, I got to take a quick break. Um, okay, so yeah, we are into the reflection area. Why I'm going back into the sticker book, I don't know. Okay, put that off to the side. And let me show you my process here. So we got all of the numbers and everything to look at. I got to glance it over on the page, got to take some thoughts with it, even took some time and discussed it with GPT, which is what I always do, just to, check myself. So this top part here, I list off what the day's main emotion is. Granted, I wasn't upbeat all day on Monday, but for the most part, I was upbeat. Pretty excited on Tuesday. We were getting close to spring break, so I was like, heck yeah, man, we only got to work today, tomorrow, we're done. Wednesday was just a bad day at work, okay? Like, of course, the last day of work before break, but yeah, it was just mayhem. Um, then of course we had the cancer and medical screenings on Thursday, so that's the anxiety. Friday was pretty chill though, so Friday we just relaxed. Um, Saturday was just a full-on social day, and I mean I'm an introvert, and I believe the new phrase they're using. God, I'm trying to think of what it is. Hold on, let me just quick Google this. And again, guys, if you've heard of this phrase, let me know, because I'm starting to think this is what I am, is an autrovert. Otrovert, autrovert. Um, it's somebody who can socialize in like small circles, preferably like one or two people only. And other than that, they get extremely exhausted. But even after one to two people, you still have to go home and nap and then reflect on what you did. You're typically seen as like a warm, friendly person to the people you do socialize with, but then all of those other ones that you view as not worth your energy, of course, you're cold. Yeah, guys, I think that's me. I really think I'm an introvert, and I felt validated whenever I took the test and they explained what it was, and I was like, heck yeah, man, that's me. Because like the whole introvert thing, like yeah, I am an introvert, But at the same time, I just get like these wild hairs on my ass, and I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna go visit this person. And for the most part, if I'm leaving the house to go visit this person, it's a good thing. Um, but then there's other times of where I will go to visit them, and I come back home and I'm like, why the hell did you do that? Like, why did you leave your house? That was stupid. That was a waste of time. So yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Like, yeah, I gotta be an introvert. I do want the connection, but then at the same time, I don't. So yeah. All right. So yeah, guys, like Google that, take the introvert test. Let me know what you think, and if there's any other introverts out there, like maybe we could start like a little club. But then again, we're not supposed to identify as groups, so maybe then we'll start a group, and then no one will actually like do anything with it. Because that's just us. It's what we do. Okay, so yeah, as we can see, the week's focus was let's get real. That's because we're heading into April, and it's like, okay, we've done the whole analyzing, reflection thing. So like, let's get real with this budget here, is what I'm calling it. Again, we're making decisions consciously, watching where that money is going, making sure that what we're spending it on is what we truly actually want and need. And how am I feeling? Anxious and excited for spring break. Anxious for the medical screenings, but I also got time set aside for family and friends. That's the fun stuff. And it's going to be busy. This is definitely the most busiest spring break I've had in probably ever. And but like, I'm trying to convince myself it's going to be worth the time, because again, guys, I want to socialize, but then at the same time I don't. And it's not because I'm shy. It's actually more of a fear of like what's going to come out of my mouth, because I am going to say stuff. Because I don't care. Okay, so yeah, let's use this box right here. New month, new goals. Yeah, guys, that one sticker quote, that lies. Okay, you make the world a more beautiful place. Sometimes not, alright? Sometimes not. It's more of like a comedy session, really. Okay, so again, getting distracted in the background. I told you, filming was just a struggle for this day. Um, okay, so let's see here. Where were we? Okay, so yeah, new month, new goals. So again, I'm just gonna like kind of explain, like, to me, again, I feel like we got the whole emotional and behavioral side of this under control. I mean, we did 3 months of it, okay? And like, nothing stood out that said, Sally, this is why you're in debt. Um, as far as we could tell, there is no like crazy spending binges or no ups and downs in the emotions. I do tend to spend more when I'm happy. So I did learn that, but otherwise I can go like from store to store to store to store and browse and not buy anything. Again, we learned that I like making shopping carts. Apparently I just get shits and giggles from building carts and then deleting them. Um, so yeah, it's definitely time to start focusing, getting back to those accounts and getting them paid and putting them in the past, because guys, I am done with this. I am so done with this. Okay, so yeah, here we go. The to-do list. So of course, anytime that you are creating a debt payoff plan, you're going to want to create a list of all of the accounts. It sucks, I know. You just got to do it though. Of course, I add in discuss with Dave, because again, I am using the GPT to try to get the best results. We're going to find out if GPT actually knows what it's talking about, guys. We got 365 days of GPT. Identifying any obstacles. That's where I had to ask Dave, like, hey, again, you know my spending, you know my bills. Like, what am I looking at? What do I need to avoid? And of course, creating a plan for quarter two. Not the whole year, we're just literally working in quarters. Baby steps, guys. Baby action steps here. And let's see here. Okay, so we do have this be kind quote here, and yeah, I kind of got told this week, but you know what? Like, I told you I didn't want to go. I told you I don't like meeting people, and they were like, "Oh, let's go look at them." So yeah, most of the time, others don't know what you're going through. Some people really just don't like meeting other people, and we appear to be cold and angry. And you know what? It's because we are. We could be at home. We could be like under the blankies with our cats and mugs and stuff, and like we don't need that. If you're somebody that likes to socialize, like God bless you, and go socialize with the other people who like to socialize, okay? Like good for you. Um Again, the people who do not, we are fine. Just like let us stay home, okay? That's all we ask for. Just be okay with us staying at home. Yeah, okay. And then of course Saturday was a social day. There was no spending. I didn't even get to make a card. And I mean, I did have a great time with family and friends for the most part. And it was very exhausting. Hence why Sunday is a tired day. Okay, so general thoughts of the week here. So this is the reflection area down here. Um, the week was definitely full of ups and downs. Again, you have the work related stress, and then we got like all of the medical stuff, and then we got the forced socializing. But I think I held it pretty darn well. Again, no excessive crazy spending here, and I'm looking forward to moving on to my next goal for quarter two. So I don't know. I think that's like a good weekly summary there. Okay, so now getting to these numbers here, because I don't like these numbers. Dave says they're okay. Dave says that they're, just facts of life. It's what's happening. But I don't know, guys. To me, it's still okay. Granted, this is not the best week to show this, but like subtract 2,000 from that because I did spend 2,000 for a Russian language course. Something I've just always been wanting to do. I enjoy their recipes a lot. I need to learn how to read it. Okay, I need to learn how to read and write Cyrillic so I can eat. Apparently, I will do anything for food. So yeah, subtract 2,000 from that spend. So in all reality, I only spent $221 for the entire week, and I would like to say in the 2026 economy, again, that's pretty damn good. So, yeah, that again, like we proved, I am not overspending. So, I don't know. This whole time I thought I was. I'm not. So what we're finding is, like, granted, I did do really good last year. I got a lot of the debts. On like 0% offers and that, and a lot of those 0% offers are expiring right now. So it is the accumulation of interest. So that's why I told Dave, like, hey, I like your program. I get it. It's very relaxing and calm. But we gotta enter reality, buddy. Cause I don't know how much longer this boat's gonna float, bud. So yeah, that's definitely the urgency here. So let's see here. Yeah, again, it may not look like it, but spending is still consistent and controlled. Just subtract the 2,000 for the Russian language, guys, and that's really what I spend. And again, I'm just gonna repeat down here, ready for the next phase. Um, Basically put, we made the foundation. We know what I do. We know what I don't do. We know what my strengths are. We know what my weaknesses are. So it's time to start building, okay? And you gotta knock down all those nasty frames if we're gonna build something good. So, that's it. That's my layout for the week. I love it. Normally I don't like flower stickers, so, this is actually kind of nice. It's very April-y. So again, thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it, and please remember to hit that like and subscribe button to see more budget reviews.